concern that was already highlighted last year in this room, but hasn't been fixed yet. The Commission should send a clear message that attacks against women human rights defenders are not going to be tolerated, and strong, robust wording should be reflected in the agreed conclusions. Silence on this matter would be complicit in ignoring abuse and allow it to continue unchallenged. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. And I now give the floor to the Association of Families and Women in Rural Areas. You have the floor.
Desde AFAMMER queremos dar...
Our organization would like to thank you for including us in this discussion. As an organization with an advisory status in the United Nations and a pioneer in demanding the rights of women in rural areas in Spain and throughout the world, we would like to take this opportunity to draw attention to the need to involve women in decision-making, recognizing their fundamental contribution in farms, which historically has gone unnoticed. Today, women produce 50% of the world's food, but only 1%, they only own 1% own land. They represent 43% of labor in the agricultural sector, but they receive only 7% of all investments in the sector. We cannot ignore rural women as a guarantor for the achievement of the Sustainable Development Agenda 2030 and reducing hunger in the world. With access to land that is equal to that of men, over 100 million persons less would suffer hunger. It's necessary to undertake the legislative changes to recognize the rural women through joint ownership of farms. Spain is a reference in the international community today. In 2011, our organization participated to enable the enactment of the Shared Co-Ownership Act of farms. We now have 522 women who are now joint owners of their respective farms. A lot remains to be done, however, but we do know what the future should hold for the 945,000 farms where many women continue to contribute their skills and talents with no recognition. With the future guarantees, we need to continue to make progress and legislate to meet challenges and achieve equality of opportunity in the labour market, achieve discussion whereby women can join in major decisions, such as becoming mothers and maintaining their jobs or sharing chores in the home, ensuring that men participate in areas that have historically been left to women, and where associations such as ours have much to say and to contribute in awareness raising. We need to put an end to negative data. In Spain, 90% of non-working persons in the home are women, as compared to 10% of men. In Europe, only 1 in 3 management positions are occupied by women.
Thank you very much indeed. I now give the floor to the Canadian Federation of University Women. You have the floor.
Honourable Chair, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ministers and civil society members. I'm speaking today on behalf of the Canadian Federation of University Women. We welcome the opportunity to address this assembly, and we acknowledge the privilege that we have in doing so. A digital divide exists in today's society that puts women and girls at a disadvantage. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals call for universal and affordable internet access, and yet millions of girls are not online. This is a clear example of gender discrimination and an infringement on human rights, as everyone should have access to education. To achieve gender equality, women and girls need equal access and training to use existing and new forms of technology. Digital platforms have been powerful tools in the Me Too movement, and the ability to speak out against gender-based violence. Equal access to innovative technologies is also important for the education of women and girls, as teaching materials are increasingly becoming digitalized. This impacts women and girls' ability to pursue training, education, and employment. Technology can connect women to essential services, including physical and mental health services, which are all essential detriments to women's empowerment. Strategies to increase the ability of digital literacy resources for women and girls must be prioritized by member states in collaboration with civil society. We urge member states to adopt the following recommendations. 1. Increase funding to ensure public access to computers and new forms of technology that provide access to necessary services and information, including sexual and reproductive health and mental and physical health. 2. Ensure access to quality public education at all levels,